Good morning, afternoon, and/or evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to yet again another day filled with exciting matches. Today, we have the country that has been qualifying in the OWC since 2017. Japan with their 5 new players in the roster, but on the other side, is the one, the only people doubted them. It's Greece, and they are here to prove themselves worthy. I'm Blank Tap, and joined by me is Mavs. We are your casters for today. How are you doing, my guy?
Yo, what is up, Blank Tap? Thank you so much for the introduction. Yeah, good to be here again, finally in OWC, my first match this OWC this year, and good to be back, and to be honest, pretty good matchup to kick things off for me, and hopefully for everyone here on the first match of the Sunday. We've got Japan and Greece, seed 28 up against seed 35, so pretty closely contested match, and as you said, Greece not qualifying for OWC for a very long time, but this year with the group stages, it is good to see them here, being able to show what they're capable of, and I'm excited to see them play. Japan as well, like you said, a huge roster shift. We've got 5 new rookies for this Japanese team that have never played OWC before, which is going to be very interesting to see. And, you know, some of the core players still sticking around. YMD, previously known as Ryoshi, still in there. Losing Laplas, also known as Aiga, and also Teachy, which is a huge loss for Japan. But they're coming in here, going to do their best anyway, still qualifying in seed 28, still in that top 32 position. And for Greece, on the other hand, you know the Greek player that we always have our eyes on. It's JackPax. He's the big guy for Greece, I think, and definitely going to be looking at him, I think, today here to put up some huge scores for Greece. Pew, though, as well, doing very well in their qualifiers, so a couple of big players to look out for on the Greece side as well.
And already they've done their bans maps. TT2 from the side of Greece and Hidden2 in the side of Japan. And in the qualifiers, it is quite obvious that Japan has that much of an advantage on every single mechanical pick. But Greece does have some wildcard of their own. Big landslide on the Nomad 4 in the result. Hidden 1 and Hidden 2 got covered by them. And here they are with the Hidden 1 pick.
Yeah, Hidden 1 coming out here from Greece. Were doing better on those Hiddens in the qualifiers on both the Hidden maps. Coming out on top, not by an alarming amount, but were doing better. So they are going to stick in this Hidden pool and go straight into this Hidden 1. Very, very cool map, actually. Love to see mirror maps in pools. Just love mirror maps in general, but kind of swing tech, finger control, a little bit of snap aim in there on one of the particular sections on this map, so a bit of an all-rounder map and very cool map to see. Played in tourney and just to play in general. Very, very cool hybrid map, so opening this one up for Greece. Hidden 1. Not sure really if I would say they're particularly going to have an advantage on it, but coming out of qualies, being the better team, quote-unquote, on Hidden, it makes sense for them to open up with a Hidden pick.
Indeed, and kinda hard to believe it. Only 2 minutes and 26 seconds and there's like 4 different skill set tested in this map. Something to look out for is definitely the burst flow in the beginning and I think at a point on the last 1/3 of the map. So plenty of things to look out for as we are starting off with our very first map in this matchup. Hidden 1, Overjoy Overdose.
Here we go, Blank Tap, into our first map of the Sunday here, Japan versus Greece. We've got YMD, Shoponpon, Furumun, and Haga going up against This Is My Dog, Gerard Way, Netkid, and JackPax, of course, coming in for Greece. That's the big name, as I said, to look out for on Greece. JackPax is their guy. And for Japan, surprisingly, one of their rookies, I believe, Shoponpon, actually playing the most maps in their qualifiers, I think, and putting up some very good scores. So, eyes out for a player like them for Japan here, but a very well-rounded roster, I would say, for Japan in general. Really, any of these players could go crazy.
So right, Shoponpon 8 out of 11 maps in the qualifiers, and right now still holding the full combo in this hidden one, a 3v1 situation as Naked, the last one standing already in the side of Greece. But YMD with the miss, going down to a 2v1, an 80k difference, not too far gone just yet.
Yeah, not too far gone, as you said. So the 2 FCs intact for Japan alongside the supporting combo from Furumun, but a near 3 FCs from Greece, but one of them drops. So now that's 1 extra combo over to the side of Japan. They're gonna need to drop one of these big combos, and Greece will still have a chance, but this map is pretty short, Blank Tap. Only less than 2.5 minutes, and we're already halfway through. We're gonna need to see one of these combos drop soon here for Japan, ideally one of the FCs, if Greece want to pull their first pick home, but it's already pulling away almost 200k here difference.
Another very important burst is coming up, and that's probably going to be the part where we see the most break, but Naked finding the miss on the alt pattern before that. And now the score lead increases to 300k as Chopon trades, but it's just not enough as we see more and more misses in the side of Greece.
Oh, Haga? Haga does find the break, but yeah, there's just no combo really to combat this for Greece. Unfortunately, Furumun is there with the supporting combo, looking to lock down the reverse choke, and it's just this is my dog with any sort of combo on Greece, and it won't matter. It's already 500,000 difference here, Black Tap, and that's probably going to be all she wrote for the hidden one, and going to be seeing an early breakpoint. See if Furumun can close out this reverse choke here on this 1k combo into the ending. Tiny bit of the map remaining. Kind of going up on this one, I'll be honest. It's probably one of the harder maps in the pool, in my opinion.
Very dense with skill set, but Furumun absolutely got it all figured out. A very nice reverse choke as Japan takes the first point, alongside it being a breakpoint. Now going to their own pick, and quite the massive advantage here. The ball is starting to roll, and it's gonna be hard to stop if Greece does not act quick.
Yeah, and as you were saying, I think in the intro to this match, it's probably looking like Japan is going to be leaning into some of these mechanics picks, some pretty big advantages on some of the mechanic maps out of the qualifiers. Maybe something like a streamier pick, so we could be looking at like something like a free mod 2, potentially a no mod 2. To see what they're going to pull out. They could even pull out just some generic aim or even some DT, like a DT1. They had a ridiculous score, if I recall correctly, on the DT1. A near 4-way out of the qualifiers, it was. I believe it was on their second run. Yeah, 3.9 million score almost from Japan in those qualifiers, so also potential there.
I would absolutely agree. I think 2 of their picks are basically guaranteed to be chosen by them. So just gotta kind of wait for them to fire off the gun and kind of choose from between, as you said, no mod 2 or free mod 2. But until then, the steps after is slightly unclear, but maybe they're gonna opt in on for aim. They did do really well on that skill set as well in the qualifier. Something to look out for if you're in the side of Greece. And there it is, no mod 2.
Yeah, I mean, this one makes sense, and we would expect them to follow this up with a free mod 2 at some point in this match as well. But yeah, gonna be the no mod 2 coming out. 230 BPM, stamina, and a little bit of light tech in there, if you could call it that. Just sort of some techie kick sliders. Not much in the tech department, but it's not fully generic, the map. This is the kind of map that you would be used to seeing in a free mod slot, I think, like many years ago. Is this sort of higher BPM, sort of stamina streamy pick, but here in this no mod 2 slot. And cool to see as well. Just mixing up these slots, not keeping them all generic all the time. And yeah, I think they're going to have a pretty big advantage on this one.
Yeah, probably expecting, people like Jose-san or Otto Lin coming in here for the Japanese side. I think players like Puyo, Jackpacks, and Naked definitely the core trio for Greece on the mechanics. So the 4th player is up for debate currently.
Yeah, Greece should have a pretty solid roster on this as well. Obviously, Japan, I think, going to have the advantage, by a pretty large margin, but Greece should have a pretty solid roster, like you said. Jackpax, Pew should be on this, and then someone like Netkid performing pretty well for them on something like DT2 in the qualifiers as well. So they should have at least a solid 3-man. Unsure on how that 4th slot is going to feel, but it's always worth keeping in mind that we are in a group stage right now, and these maps are going to be considerably easier than the qualifier maps. So, you know, maybe they have a 4th player that is comfortable playing things like speed and tapping in a map pool that isn't as difficult, and maybe they will actually kind of surprise us, but we will have to see. We have My Aim Peeps here come in for Greece, and for Japan, Altaline, as you mentioned, Blank Tap, coming in for them. Always good on these speedier tapping picks.
As we are going in 230 BPM, it is as a speed map as it gets. Not much aim, lots of strings. Makes everyone very happy, especially the speed players. As we start off with a bit of a square, no one finding a miss there, so no complaints.
Yep, here we go early, but My Aim Peeps out of the intro, having a few problems. Jackpax as well. Although, definitely the best player on Greece, not as comfortable on tapping and speed. So you can see already early on as well that accuracy dropping pretty low. But Japan looking extremely comfortable, all above 98 here, as YMZ is just on the cusp of it. And the only one to find a drop for them. But a lot of FCs still intact here for Greece, so not out of the question just yet on whether or not they could take this breakpoint. And there goes Furman. That's exactly what Greece need.
Naked trades it right back, gonna make this a teensy bit more difficult. It's still a 2v2 on the full combo department. The recoveries are there from YMD and Jackpax, but Jackpax is gone. My aim peaks have dropped, leaving only Puyo to fend off against an entire nation. But there's the double miss coming from Japan. Auto lean against Puyo with Furaman on the supporting side. On the side of Japan, 100k difference, half of the map remains.
Oh, and that's an evil break, Blank Tap. They see the scores. Altaline up against Puyo, also known as This Is My Dog. That is a name change. So that is an evil, evil break. Both players now know they need to hold, especially Greece. They need to get this break point back. Altaline, on the other hand, wanting to solidify this lead they've already built off that first pick. Both players going to be feeling the nerves. You can see the shakes from Puyo already. Shaking like a madman on those patterns, but gets through them. FC still intact in Japan. They just got a bit more support. 200k lead, and this miss is going to have to happen from Altaline, like, right now.
But the man refuses in the kitchen, ready
there
to
it
go,
is.
but there got himself burned. Puyo, all eyes are on him right now. 300k difference. Does he have the gas left in the tank? I do not think so. The recoveries are just too much from Japan, and it's going to be their point.
Yeah, it's just the other 3 players for Japan, just more consistent, more solid. You can see those differences across the board there. 200k differences on each of those players, each of the supporting players for Japan, and Puyo just not able to make up that difference. Getting an incredible FC. The accuracy is phenomenal there with 99.7 as well from Hozusan. A S rank slider break 99.43 is also incredible. So very, very good accuracies, but not quite enough from Puyo. Tries his best for Greece. It's not there, but they have another chance here to pick. And we'll see what they're going to go for. Do they go back into the hidden? Or should I maybe mix things up with a free mod or something unconventional? Some gimmicks, some tech. What to see.
They do pretty damn well on the tech, but they're going for the reading. Okay, it'll be chocolate disco. This map is something else. I think it's more than what meets the eye, to say the least.
Yeah, I mean, I've never really seen a map like this, and I mean, maybe I just don't remember, but I don't recall like ever seeing a map like this in OWC just in general. You don't see maps like this in pools very often. It's an AR7 like gimmick reading map, and it's like an ulti map as well. So it's not just like your generic like low AR like aim test or low AR with like overlaps and stacks. It's like ulti on top of it being AR7 gimmick. It's really strange, and it's 4 stars. This is a near 3-star map, Blank Tap. It's almost 3 stars, by the way. Like, surely that means like everyone can play it, right? Like everyone in chat can probably play 4 stars. Surely everyone can play this map, right? that should mean it's easy.
Where there's a will, there's a way. I think, even 6 digits can full combo this map, but, under such pressure, especially when there's a lot of those tricky checks in this map, lots of mixtures of these doubles and quads, those random awkward stop on a stack. This map wants to see you fail.
Yeah, I mean, this map just wants to break your ankles. It wants to drop your combo at every twist and turn. And yeah, 4 stars does not mean much in this scenario. This map is, it's brutal. It's violent, actually, I would say. So we'll have to see what the lineups are going to look like here. Japan, Shoponpon coming back in, like we said, playing the most maps for Japan out of qualifiers. Going to see him in, I think, for everything other than, like, tapping and speed. We go for Furuman Hozu-san coming in. Altaline staying in for them as well on the reading picks. Gonna be Kitty Like Me coming in for Greece. I think their first map of the match. Lefty, Yu staying in, and Jackpax, of course. Those 2 players I don't think are going to be leaving the lobby. Those bottom 2 players for Greece there on any pick. Maybe 1 or 2 here and there, but probably going to see them in for every map.
Yeah, Greece having the pocket aces. I don't think they're gonna relinquish that anytime soon. They'll keep just dishing them out, and they're gonna do their best. Going to our number 3 chocolate disco. It is time to read. Get your glasses on. It's about to get real dense for all 8 of our players.
It's time to read indeed. That's definitely how I'd describe this. Here we go. Definitely not anything that's going to be overly difficult in this reading slot. Just to say the least about this map. But it's tricky. It's definitely tricky. And there goes Shoponpon to find the first map. Everyone else, to be honest, handling it quite well. Pretty good accuracies across the board. A couple 96s, but overall, everyone's got fairly good ac. Everyone handling it definitely looks well practiced. Not the type of map you want to be sight reading, so good to see everyone's looking well practiced on this.
This map doesn't really require too much practice. It is, again, all about reading, not much memorization if I say so myself. But when you're in the stage, on the lobby, your eyes gets blurry, your hands get tense. Every single pattern is out there to get you as we go into the first Kiai section. Still 3v4 down to a 3v3 as Lefty does not hit it right. Kitty Like Me finding the miss as well. Greece dropping 2 of their FCs, leaving only Jackpax and Puyu on the stage.
Yeah, the 2 rocks for Greece still holding on to these FCs. Jackpax with absolutely phenomenal accuracy. No one else even remotely close except for Puyu on that barely 99, but yeah, that is a ridiculous accuracy from him, and it just doesn't really matter because these combos from Japan are just unmatched. They've got 3 full combos and a near full combo. Just completely unanswered for Greece here with these 2 FCs, but there goes one of them. Altaline drops what Puyu is there to trade, and immediately any chance Greece had thrown out the window, I think, from that miss. And we would need to see a triple miss here from Japan in the next, next 20 seconds or 15 seconds, I think. But it is only 100k difference. There goes Hozu-san, that's one of them, but Lefty is there to trade.
The big combo though, Furuman still fighting back, but looking mighty uncomfortable. Once again, another miss from Hozu-san. But Kitty trades it back. Bit of a mystery there. Not helping too much of his team situation. One last K section. Jackpax, the last hope for Greece. The last bastion of hope 150k difference. We need to see a Furaman miss or at least a major accuracy drop from both Chuponpon and Furaman.
Yeah, Hozu-san there again to miss, but had the lowest combo on Japan, so it just won't matter. Furaman bringing home this FC, it looks like, and Chuponpon with the reverse choke. Doesn't look like it's gonna matter. The score lead is already way too big. 250,000 and climbing now. And Altaline goes down. Not the combo that matters. Jackpax is trying his damn best, but there is just no time. But an incredible FC nonetheless.
Pretty cool double FC on the board here from both Furaman and Jackpax, but sadly only one of them is gonna get the point that they deserve for their FC. There's a reason that Japan is the top seed, at least for this group in particular, and they are looking mighty scary with a 3-0 lead currently and into their own pick once more.
Duality of man on Furaman and Jackpax there. The 94 FC from Furaman and the 99 from Jackpax. The score difference is quite large, but a double FC still, which is really cool to see. Not a map I think we're going to see many FCs on, honestly. Like, we're going to see them for sure, but just because it's just volatile, right? Like, it's not hard. Like, this map isn't one. It's definitely not one of the harder ones in the pool. Of course, it's one of the easier maps in the pool for sure, but it's just volatile, these types of maps, that's all. And when, like you were saying, when you get nervous, so easy to just misread on anything.
We love our reading maps on high intensity situation. The song definitely flips the vibes.
Absolutely does. But what do we see here now for Japan?
Frimotu? I mean, I suppose that could be their next choice. They did pretty well on quals, but that was on Nomad. Fremont does add a bit of spice into the mix, so don't know if they really want to go for that. Nomad 1 DT1 is very much open, and as you said, Navs, nearly quad FC on quals. What else is there to say? They got their resume buffed out.
Yeah, I mean, I think if they want to stay safe here, they probably go for something like Fremont 2, but no, they go for the Osu original on Hard Rock 2. Now, Blank Tap, I'm going to be honest, when I was watching this one on the showcase, and I was kind of just like nerding out at how sick I thought this map was, and the song and the background, and like, I don't know, this is so cool. This is an Osu original, and yeah, it's just really dope. So this is awesome to see get picked here. Not what I expected out of Japan to pick, but I'm hyped to see it played, especially in a match I'm casting. But this is just precision ult, basically, is how I would dumb it down. But a really, really cool map with some really, really awesome slider patterns too.
Yeah, there's that one slider that I really like watching the showcase. I think we will see that if Banshee cooperates, but anything else, it is indeed that precision ult, as you said, and most importantly, that makes this map a bit tricky is that bite-sized burst. Those triples into ult does trip a lot of players up, and we're probably gonna be seeing that as the breaking point for some of our participants.
Yeah, absolutely. Never easy to FC maps like this on Hard Rock in Tourney either. So ult in general is a very volatile skill set, and you slap Hard Rock on it as well. Really only the best of the best Hard Rock players consistently FC maps like this in a tourney. So we'll see who's going to step up to the plate here today for this one. But yeah, roster-wise, not too sure what you're going to see for something like this. Chuponpon, of course, will be in here for Japan. Anything but tapping, I believe. Hozu-san staying in. The Greece, of course, we're going to see those two core players staying in the lobby. Kitty Like Me coming back in. Looks like Rafina stepping in for, I believe, their first map this match.
Yeah, on qualifiers, YMD was the one on Hard Rock 2, but this is not just precision aim after all, so requiring different skill sets. We will be seeing different players indeed. That'll be Hozu-san to come in the lobby instead of him. And now, it's time for the fourth map. Oh, Memo Demo Original. It's Hard Rock 2.
Yup, an Osu original here, Hard Rock 2. And, I mean, just shout outs to everyone who worked on this, because very, very cool stuff, very cool work from everyone who put this together. But some interesting little stat here, I guess. I don't know if this has happened so far this match, haven't really been paying attention, but Japan does have 5 rookies, like we mentioned. All four of their players on this map right now are all rookies for Japan this year. Never played OWC before. All 4 of them in on this Hard Rock 2, so really cool to see. But early on here, already Greece with the 4-way miss, and Japan is 4-waying the map.
Oh god, this is definitely quite the stark contrast. The rookies, perhaps seasoned in disguise, going into our first section now. Rafuna, Jose-san, Showpanpan, and Hobutan still holding, clutching this 4-way on a Hard Rock 2 nonetheless. CS 6.5. Jose-san finally finding the miss, but it's still 2 FC on the board as Hobutan misses as well.
Yeah, many misses coming out here. We're going to see them across the board constantly on a CS 6.5 ult map, that's for sure. Gerard there goes down again. There goes one of the FCs for Japan, Rafuna. So now it's just Showpanpan. Still holding on to the FC as we get to about that halfway mark, but this score lead is already so huge. 260k. Still room here for Greece though. They've got a few big combos building up. Jackpax is there. Uyu as well with the 400, and Kitty Like Me starting to get up there, so there's a chance, and with Jose-san missing, that is going to help Greece just a little bit. They are bringing the score back now, very slowly. Oh.
And the 2 reverse chokes coming from Puyo and Jackpax putting in the work.
Look at that.
Last man standing, Showpanpan. Can he hold on for Japan? 240k difference. Very comfortable and soft cushion for him. Quarter of the map remains. Still left to be played, but he finds an early miss. An early slider break, and now the pocket aces has been shown onto the table. But Puyo folded his hand. It's only Jackpax 850 combo right now on the reverse choke line of his life. Kitty Like Me unable to support, but Gerard Way is there to hold off against Rafuna. He himself will find a miss though. Jackpax once again left alone, and with only so much time, another pick unable to be overturned.
Oh, it was looking so doable there for a second from if Puyo held onto that combo. I still don't think it would have been enough regardless. Yeah, I don't believe it would have been enough regardless of if he held on, but it would have been very close. Unfortunately for Greece, Jackpax again there with just such a huge score, such a consistent, solid player. But just not enough, Japan. They've just got that 4-man roster that's more consistent. And, I mean, that's an awesome FC to see on a map like this. Don't think we're going to see many FCs on a map like this either, to be honest. But very, very cool to see it played in this match at least. So now, match point for Japan as we move back over to Greece's pick. And, I mean, at this point, you're 4-0 down. I think you kind of just go for something a bit... Just something a bit backhanded, a bit unconventional. Maybe something the other team didn't expect you to pick. I think at this point... That's probably what you're looking at.
I don't see anything else other than No Mod 4 currently maps. Any differing opinion currently?
I mean, it makes sense on paper, looking at Quali's results, to go for something like No Mod 4 here, I think. You don't really want to go anything like No Mod 5. You just lost the CS 6.5, so you don't want to go into more precision. Definitely not. You do not want to be going into tapping, but I wouldn't blame them for just picking something like a No Mod 1, even though Japan on paper is going to be favored on the aim. No Mod 1 is always very volatile in RNG, so yeah, but they are going to go for the No Mod 4.
There's one in particular, very similar actually, when you compare it to the qualifiers, but the slider text in this map just there to nag you to follow every single move of the slider, and that's probably gonna be something we're gonna see players miss on, and it's gonna be very scary to follow, especially when, you know, players' tendency to just cheese sliders.
Yeah, lots of sort of slider tech and some cut patterns in here too. Pretty cool tech map, like to see. Never personally a fan of like Giga slider spam tech maps, but this one is more so a healthy mix of like slider tech with some cut patterns in between. That looks like a very enjoyable map to play. So a pretty cool tech map. See here, and hopefully for Greece, they could put a point on the board at the very least and start trying to mount a comeback, but of course bringing it to tiebreaker is a very, very tall order at this point in the match.
Someone to look out for instead of Greece, definitely Jackpacks. I think I've seen the Nomad 4 qualifier, so this should not be too difficult, but it's not going to be too difficult for literally everyone else regarding the star rating, so that's just that much pressure to perform right here, right now. Looking at the roster for Japan now, definitely a bit of changes maybe? No, actually, exact same roster as the Nomad 4 they did in qualifiers, so once again, I'm guessing these are all the rookies, Maps?
Yeah, looking at the roster sheet again, it looks like they are 4 rookies again for Japan here. Maybe the second time at least this match, maybe even more, but we'll have to see. Japan here, lots of rookies coming in.
And it is time, Nomad 4 Heliosphere starting off already with the bang. The boom, and the sliders, the slider text, catching no one yet. Still looking pretty good. Accuracy slightly weaker in the side of Greece, but combo is king, combo is everything, combo is the winning condition, as we are still holding on from both sides.
Yep, but there goes the first break. It's Chopin to fall for Japan. That's exactly what Greece want. Early on in this map, you can already see all of these sliders pretty volatile and easy to break on, especially the ones with the slider ticks. There goes Chopin again, and Furumon also there to break that I didn't quite catch. So Jackpacks as well with a reset for Greece, but there goes Rafina. So Greece, huge advantage early on in this map, and it's about 2.5 minutes, so fairly short, and that's definitely going to bode well for them. Just Hosesan holding on for Japan.
1v3 situation, but Greece putting all of their eggs in one basket. Combo is all they have, because accuracy will not be there to soften the fall if they do miss. High pressure situation, half of the map remains. An opportunity for their first point on OWC. Can they do it?
Classic tech pick to see 6 S ranks on the board, but only 3 FCs. But regardless, here we go early on. My Aim Peeps actually going to be dropping a huge combo there for Greece. Chopin again with the reset, but it is Gerard Way and Netkid right there for Greece. There goes Netkid. Down, Rafina trades. Hosesan versus Gerard now. And Furuman matching Jackpacks, so we are neck and neck here on combos. Greece with that small lead into the final quarter of this map. This is so close going into the ending, and it's all going to be on these 4 players. Hosesan, Furuman, Gerard, and Jackpacks. All eyes on these 4 players as we move into this ending. But if all of them hold, it looks like Greece might have enough to take it away.
Indeed, a 1v1 situation right now. Accuracy slow but surely dragging that lead to the side of the left. 60k, it's going down, but Rafuna finds the miss. Gerard Way holding off against Hosesan. Greece trying to hold on. This is it. This is their opportunity. One shot, one chance. Can they take it? Gerard Way will show us the road to the first point of this match in the side of Greece.
Gerard Way coming in for Greece. Like, the star players for them all match has just been Puyu and Jackpacks, but Gerard comes in, puts an incredible score up, a 94% FC on the Nomad 4, and gets them the point alongside Jackpacks as well with the incredible 760k, not to be undermined. But Gerard, Not someone you would have expected for Greece after how this match has played out so far to come in and be the star player for them, but does it on the No Mod 4, and Greece at the very least can say they got a point on the board and now start trying to look at a way to get back into this match, but it's going to be really difficult, Blank Tap, because, I mean, Japan's still got things like Free Mod 2, they've still got something like DT1, so Greece are going to have to step up to the plate big time.
Japan has quite the clear road ahead, while Greece is still paving their way from the ground up. This is gonna require a monumental effort, a team effort at that, in the side of Greece. But as the match will still go, things can still happen. And I am very much anticipating for any kinds of surprise. I'm sure you do too, Maps.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to see it. I always love casting close matches and tiebreakers. No one wants to see a 5-0. So I'm glad Greece got a point on the board there, and it was a pretty hype one as well. To see a player we didn't expect from Greece to put up such a amazing score. What did Japan go for here? They're really thinking about it. No insta picks. Imagine they're tossing up between DT1 and Free Mod 2, and yeah, it is going to be the Free Mod 2, so gonna be a tough one for Greece, but I know they've definitely got players that can perform well on something like this, and even someone like Jackpax, who I know is not as comfortable on like speedier and sort of stamina type maps, something like this I think is gonna be completely fine.
Yeah, and especially with those very tricky linear jumps after the first break. It is overall a stream map, but of course, gotta sprinkle a bit of awkward aim just to make things a bit spicy. Now the question is though, you know how the Free Mod rules goes. Are we gonna see double hiddens, or are we gonna see double hot drop on such a streamy map like this? Both answers are kind of right in their own way, so what are we thinking here, Mouse? Are we gonna see, I'm sure we're gonna see double hidden from Greece, I feel.
Yeah, I think I would expect that from Greece, especially with the, you know, decent hidden scores they got in qualifiers and just the hidden advantage over Japan in general. Do we see a double hard rock on something like this? I'm not sure. AR 9.6, fairly comfortable with hidden, but some of these streams do get fairly spaced, so not always gonna feel the most comfortable. I don't know. Double hard rock I think would surprise me, I think, from either of these teams.
That is indeed fair. If there is someone to hot rock this, probably expecting YMD to come in for Japan, looking at his hot rock 1 result, but not again, actually, Maps. Oh, wait, on the front door. Ah, there we go, there's the fake out.
There he is. YMD coming in here for Japan. Haven't seen them in for quite a few maps. This, of course, this is Ryoshi. If you remember Ryoshi from last 2 years of OWC for Japan, has played in here for their 3rd year. But coming in here for the Free Mod 2, and yeah, in terms of mods, I mean, I'm not really sure what to expect, to be honest. Kind of just want to wait and see.
We will not be seeing Jackpax actually, Maps. This is going to be very interesting coming from Greece.
Okay, that is interesting. Was, you know, thinking perhaps on 195 BPM, not super stamina intensive, it would be comfortable enough for him to play, especially considering he played the No Mod 2, I believe, which is definitely a lot more tapping intensive than this one. Thought he might stay in for this, but no. It's going to be coming out anyway. And yeah, it just looks like it's going to be the minimum amount of mods here, aside from the extra hidden from Netkid on with the hidden hard rock. Probably just a comfort thing. You know, some people are just more comfortable playing hard rock with the hidden. And here we go, getting into this Free Mod 2. Potentially the last pick of the match. Japan on that match point.
Starting off with the streams already, looking at the hidden and a hidden hot drop for Nekken, and this is my dog. Still looking pretty good for the both of them. Furman will be the second one to miss after Kitty Like Me is still a 3v3 situation, as everything is possible for both teams to happen. Once again, going to another suction maps.
Yeah, there goes a miss from Kitty Like Me. Drops, and there goes Neckhead. That's a big one for Greece, because that's their highest potential score player down on a chain miss as well. Accuracy meaning a lot more than it used to in the scoring system, so big misses to find there for Neckhead, and about halfway through the map, Japan getting a double break on Rafna and Shoponpon there. Furman building up the supporting combo. YMD still holding the FC, but Greece have the double FC intact. Big streams coming in. There goes Kitty Like Me, but that's not the one that matters. Greece, they are going to pull this back if they continue to hold this double FC all on Puyu and My Aim Peeps. YMD is there to combat it. Big pattern and all players hit it.
This is it. The last quarter. Just them and the map. 30k difference, slowly but surely. Ripping away. Japan losing their lead and Greece gaining there soon enough, but there's still a fight to be had. One last KI section, the pressure is on. The heat is turning it up. Ladies and gentlemen, the kitchen is getting hotter as we go into the last KI section. Kitty Like Me and Rafuna finds the trade. My Aim Peeps and Puyo still holds on. 8k difference right now. Greece, can they hold on? The massive chain miss!
Wait,
And it's not going to happen.
wait, what happened? What happened? I think someone left the lobby?
I think someone didn't use no film.
Oh.
Man.
Wait, no, I think... Wait, what just happened? I think someone left the lobby maybe before it finished on stream. It looked like Greece
No.
had that, but then someone chain missed. Oh, that's actually heartbreaking for Greece. They literally had it. They actually had the point, and then there was both My Aim Peeps and Puyu missed right at the end, and one of them chain missed a stream. And I think that just cost it. YMD clutching up, not playing many maps for Japan this match at all, comes in for the free mod 2 on the no mod and gets a 3-100 FC and pulls them over the line for the victory. GG's to Japan to take that one. That is heartbreaking for Greece to lose that way on the free mod 2 after such a close finish, but it is going to be the expected result to come out. The higher seeded team winning the match. Japan seed 28 taking down Greece on that 35th seed. And yeah, I mean, well played from Japan to come in for, you know, their first weekend on actual OWC matches with 5 rookies, have several maps where they put in 4 of their rookies that have never played OWC before, which is extremely nerve-wracking. Like, just playing in front of, you know, so many people and coming in on such a big tournament, probably like the most important tournament they've played, and put up some really solid scores. So well done to Japan for bringing home that win.
Yeah, I do agree, and of course for Greece, it is a group stage. They still have an opportunity to get into the loser side of things. 2 more matches for them, and definitely plenty of pressure. But other than that, another match to kind of anticipate, ladies and gentlemen. 12 UTC, there's China against Thailand, and there's Philippines against Netherlands. Both of those are going to be streamed on the first and second channels. Any last words, Mavs?
No, just like commiserations to Greece, of course. Very well played from a few of their players this match. Jackpacks, of course, as we expected, putting up really good performances. Puyu doing extremely well, and shout out to Gerard for that huge FC on the No Mod 4. But commiserations again, and wishing Greece best of luck moving forward in the tournament. As you said, this is a group stage. They're not going to be eliminated just yet. But yeah, be back for 12 UTC for China, Thailand, and Philippines, Netherlands. And that will be it from us for now.
Indeed. Thank you all so much for watching. I've been Blanktap, my guy Mavs. We'll see you guys next time. Take care.
Take care.